Joining us now is a 5-time national champion and the 2023 world silver medalist in the women's shot. But Sermon, we're so happy to have you. Okay, you are fresh off your 5th national title. That has to feel really good.
It does, winning a national title, like I remember the first time I did it, and it was just this like huge opportunity that I like never even foresaw coming. So to be able to do it 5 times and obviously hopefully continue that into the future, that's something that I'm incredibly proud of. And my performance there not being quite what I wanted and still being able to come away with the title is always like an amazing opportunity.
Well, Sarah, speaking of those trials, we always have a crop of new athletes in the next generation that are coming up. Is there anybody that's piquing your interest that you're saying like, oh, I'm going to keep an eye on that person, particularly in the field events, maybe in the throws? Is there a young athlete that's up and coming that you're kind of looking out for?
Yeah, I think, most specifically, I have a really great training partner now. Her name is Liv Sands. She is definitely going to be like the future of women's shot put hopefully when I retire, but hopefully we can share that journey together over the next few years. I think she's ranked 37th in the world right now. So she's really on the cusp of making the world's team. She's only 21, but she is 6'2". She is going to be an absolute beast. So she's been working with our group for about 2 years now, and just the progress that she's made has well exceeded anything I've done at that age. So we're just so excited, one, to have her because she's a great person and a great training partner, but two, she has such a bright future, and we're really looking forward hopefully having her there this year, but a bit of a stretch goal, but we'll see how it turns out.
You never know. And she has the best mentor in you. Let me just say that. Okay, so you and I were talking a little bit, off camera, and I was like, "Are you getting a break?" And you're like, "Nah, girl, no. This train keeps on rolling." What is prep looking like for you going into Tokyo? I mean, we got what, 5-6 weeks left.
Yeah, I'm kind of back in the weeds, which is okay. Because same through nationals, not having that performance I wanted, kind of expected. I've been training really hard, working on doing some double days, because at the World Championships we'll have the qualifying in the morning and the qualifying in the evening. So just kind of working through throwing in fatigue and just kind of grinding through this really big work period. But I'm headed to the NACAC Championships in Freeport next week. Then I have the Brussels Diamond League right after that. And then I'm actually pre-qualified for the final in Zurich. So that's kind of the busy schedule over the next couple of weeks.
Going back to your goals for this season, looking forward to NACAC and ultimately the Tokyo Championships in September. You are chasing that 21-meter barrier in the shot put. That's something that you've been very keen on trying to hit. For me, I'm chasing that 19-second barrier. For you, it's that 21-meter barrier. What do you think about your chances of hitting that? And is that something that you're still confident that you can hit?
Yeah, I think I'm coming into form. I think that barrier hasn't been broken since about 2013. So the race is on. And I think what it's been able to do for me is give me a really good motivation, something, outside of performances and medals to focus on, and give me something to in training every day to kind of get me out of bed. And what's been really cool is I'm chasing that with a friend and direct competitor, Chase Ely, who has also been very vocal about being the first person to do it. And she has, I would say she's the closest, obviously, right now. She's had 3 performances now, upwards of, I think, only 5 centimeters from the mark. But myself, I've actually seen that throw in a competition. It just happened to be a small foot foul. And I haven't necessarily been in peak shape since World Indoors. So I think over the next 4 or 5 competitions, as I really come into form, I think there's an opportunity for that to happen. And obviously the best place for that to happen would be at the World Championships, because, yeah, I think she said it best that there's going to be lots of women over 20 meters this year. That's kind of become a norm. And so to really stand out, I think you're going to have to throw that 21-meter mark. So I'm still hoping to beat her to it.
Yeah, the best mark, 20.95 right now, like you said, just a few meters away. So what I've really appreciated about you, Sarah, is that you've been really transparent about your experience last year at the Olympics, right? You go in as gold medal favorite, legitimate medal threat, and it doesn't happen on the day. I remember we talked in December and you were really candid about that. What have you learned since that experience? What's changed or different about you going into Tokyo versus Paris?
Yeah, I mean, going into Paris, it was kind of the first time I'd ever had that expectation of myself to really go out there and be a gold medal contender. I won World Indoors that year, like previously, but it wasn't expected of me. So it was like a nice little surprise. So going into Paris having all those expectations, it was tough, but I think like I know still deep down in my heart that I had the capacity to do that. I was in the best shape of my life, and the preparation was so good. And I've worked with my sports psychologist on it, and a lot of it had to do with, I had a really tough year. I had lost my dad about 2 months prior to the games, and I feel like I managed to keep it all together. But sometimes when the pressure is the most, and maybe your mental health or your mental capacity isn't quite where it needs to be, and then with the rain, I kind of faltered under kind of all of that pressure and stuff that was going on. So I think, going into Tokyo this year is a really fun opportunity to really see where I'm at, because I have been someone who's been able to have great performances at majors. And so I'm not using that as something that has like held me back in any way or makes me feel like less of a competitor on the day. And I'm just looking forward to, again, taking on that challenge and seeing what happens.
Yeah, it's clear to
Awesome.
us, Sarah, that you've been doing the work. You've been doing what you need, and not just on, well, in the circle. I was gonna say on the track. Well, in the field, but also you've been working on your mental game. And I think the fact that you can speak about it and just say the truth of it is the thing that's really gonna set you free and allow you to go into this Tokyo Championship and just be you and do your thing. So we cannot wait to see you there. Aaron will be there to see you do your thing as
I
well.
will.
I won't be there. I won't be there. But good luck to you, Sarah, and thanks for
Yes.
making time.
All the
Awesome.
best,
Thanks so
Sarah.
much. Thanks, guys.